All right, with a happy belated birthday to Sea Dog. First of all, this is Benvolio, your boy Benvolio Montague, representing the Montagues, the Montague boys, playing here in a battle against Caesarian 268, who is commanding the Empire. His lord here is Karl Franz with the Grey Wizard you can see, and the Hellstorm rocket battery crew right next to them. So they are firing off already. My army coming in across the field. It's a Greenskin army being led by me, of course. We'll get to them in a moment, but first of all, let's take a look at Caesarian 268's army, Empire army, starting over here with the right flank. He's got a group of Empire Knights, so they're your standard armored cavalry for the Empire, the lowest tier. There are some higher tiers, but they're about 950 gold. They're decent as cavalry goes. There's handgunners, armor-piercing missiles firing straight on. He's got, let's take a look, how many groups of these has he got? He's got 1, 2, 3 groups of handgunners with great kind of direct armor-piercing missile damage. A group of crossbows able to fire in an arc, so they're going to able to get behind his infantry troops, I assume, and fire over their shoulders into enemy troops. The handgunners need kind of more of a straight line. So that's his front line range, just waiting for me to open up on my infantry as they try to close. And he's got another group of knights over here on his left flank. His center line down the middle, he's got 1, 2, 3 groups of halberdiers, armor-piercing, anti-large spearmen with nice, funky Holy Roman Empire tights, I guess. I don't know. His lord choice, he's got Karl Franz with the big Warhammer, the almost titular hero to the Warhammer Fantasy universe. Good as a duelist. Not going to be good news if he gets into my infantry or against my lord. He has got a Grey Wizard, a caster, able to cast some offensive magic against me, doing some damage, and a Hellstorm rocket battery crew firing Hellstorm rockets at my oncoming troops that are good against oncoming infantry. Let's take a look across this little dip here. Oh, almost forgot. He's got a group of cavalry back here. The Royal Altdort Griffites. They're half lion or half griffin or half, or I don't know, you sort it out. But they're part griffin, part something else. And knights ride them with wicked halberds and wingy hats. Golden wingy hats. They're hiding in the woods, waiting to be summoned when they are needed. And let's take a look now at my army, starting in over from my right flank. I've got a group of Goblin Wolf Rider archers on the far right flank, just really fast, able to shoot arrows, be really annoying, draw troops out of position by being annoying, and slowly grind people away with their arrows. I've got a group of Orc Boar Boy Biggins, so big orcs on big boars, able to hit like trucks. I believe they're anti-large specifically, but they're really good for just hitting anything, knocking out his cavalry, getting into his missile troops, and causing mayhem. I've got an Orc Shaman with a few spells of my own to cast, some offensive and buff magic, buffing my troops and dealing damage to his troops. That's got a good few spells there. That's Mr. Orc Shaman on his wild boar there. And I've got 3 groups of these truck people. Yes, their mother was a truck, the father was a raging bull, and they're living trucks. Also called Black Orcs. Just really top tier infantry, good at punishing basically anything. Nasty, great infantry, armor piercing, armored, I think. And just gonna pretty much crush those halberdiers he's got in his front line, and a lot of other basic infantry like that. I've got 3 groups of archers. I've got the Rusty Heirs with their nice orange hats and their better archery stats, better missile stats, and a group of Night Goblin archers. 2 groups of Night Goblin archers, one over here, one over there. A Goblin Rock Clobber crew, so catapult crew, 3 catapults. A group of Savage Orcs in the back line. On my far left flank, I've got another group of Orc Boar Boy Biggins and another group of Goblin Wolf Riders, trying to close in like the pincers, the left pincers, sorry, and my Orc War Boss on a Wyvern, not quite a dragon, not quite a Wiv, it's a Wyvern, yeah, that's right. Not quite a dragon, not quite a tavern, it's a Wyvern. So I'm looping my cavalry around both flanks, as is what they're for, and advancing with my nasty infantry, Black Orc infantry, truck-faced maniacs. Gonna plow right into the main line. and be supported by the archery while the rock lobber fires in. So let's take a look. Let's get this thing rolling from his lines and see what it looks like from poor Empire dude's perspective. Let's set it in motion, shall we? Rocket, battery firing. Oh, and a rock lobber coming in, crushing some of his infantry. More rocks coming in. Oh, the Black Orcs slowly surging up the hill. Let's see. The cavalry over here already engaged. My Orc War Boss in with some Empire Knights over there. My cavalry on the other side sneaking up, I believe. Yep, getting into position. Sneaky, gonna try and come in from that flank as the Black Orcs close. The Night Goblin Archers starting to fire in onto this group of handgunners. Okay, taking some damage. In come the Orc Boar Boy Biggins into his left flank. He's not ready for it. He's not reacting. What are you doing? Yeah, finally he reacts late, but not ideal. He reacts with his Empire Knights a little too late, but he's really ground down this group of Black Orcs. I believe there might be another spell incoming as they charge. Oh, there's a Brain Burst from my Orc Shaman. The Grey Wizard has cast a spell, which done some damage earlier. This group of Black Orcs is routing, running away. The group of Savage Orcs are coming in to fill the gap, going to collide with this group of Halberdiers. The Hellstorm Rocket Battery is still managing to fire, but the Black Orcs should hopefully get through those Halberdiers to it. For some reason, these guys, I guess, have taken a lot of missile damage, so they're not ideally situated. My Orc War Boss scaring off a group of handgunners that were on the far right flank. Basically, we're buckling in. Orc Boar Boy Biggins, ideal position, able to get the Hellstorm Rocket Battery. Foot of Gork cast, big nasty spell cast on this group of handgunners as he tried to form up missile units in the center to fire into either flank. That shut down his handgunners, which is good because they could have done a decent amount of damage to Orc Shaman. Another spell being cast by his Grey Wizard. I believe it's a Vortex spell. Yep. He's Vortex and trying to suck up my... But they ain't going. Can't get rid of him that easy. His Lord still hasn't taken much damage, engaged with the Black Orcs. They should start to be able to pile damage on him. Meanwhile, on his right flank, still chasing off the Empire Knights and Handgunners. I don't know what's going on with the Griffites. The Griffites only now emerging from the hill. Not ideal. They were maybe left a little too long. He maybe forgot he had them. But they're going to threaten my archers and my wolf cav on that side as my Boar Boy Biggins are out of position. They're able to charge down the hill, and they could do some unfavorable work. As we have a spell being popped on my dudes. Yeah, I can't tell exactly. Fists of Gork, yeah. Buffing my Orc Shaman, buffing my Savage Orcs to kind of plow through those Halberdiers. The Royal Archer Griffites caught some of the Night Goblin Archers, made them rout immediately. The Black Orcs, though, able to charge in. Kinda not going to go their way, though. Not ideal against the Griffites. The Orc Shamans threatens. That's not good. As Karl Franz engages with a group of Black Orcs. However, I still have my War Boss on his Wyvern able to come in as these troops are chased off, so it's looking bad for the Empire. The Orc Boar Boy Biggins now charging into his crossbowmen, eliminating them, well, making them rout off, making them run away. His Grey Wizard just in a sad state, getting kicked around by the Black Orcs. I've basically fully overrun him. This is a classic kind of Total War Warhammer matchup, Empire versus Orcs, but this is one where the Orcs just crush the Empire, even despite their gunpowder. The Orc Shaman routing, not good, but it doesn't matter. I've got the overwhelming infantry advantage with the Black Orcs. He did cast a spell to try and get rid of those, but it's not going to be enough as we tighten the noose on him. Now they're getting a rear charge from Black Orcs. These Halberdiers are not going to be able to deal with that. That's too much. So the big axe is coming in, chopping them away. This is not a good day to be an Empire State troop. So that's basically what an Orky Stomp looks like. Alright, so that's the Greenskins and me, Benvolio, victorious against Caesarian 268. Though he did play a pretty good game. He brought out those Griffites a little too late. If he'd brought those Griffites out a little bit earlier, he could have done more with them. As it was, they got bogged down with Black Orcs and put under archery fire and did not survive to help enough. And his missile units did alright until I managed to close. The Halberdiers just did not stand up to those Black Orcs, and I burst through. So let's take a look at the kill count Let's take a look at the kill count here. So my Black Orcs, one group with 66, one group with 11, one group with 56. Not too bad. His Halberdiers did not do nearly so well. Orc Warboss, 21 kills. Orc Shaman, 37 kills, which seems a little low. I don't know. The Orc Boar by Biggins seem to have racked up the most kills with 98 and 121, respectively. Probably chased those missile units that they and Hellstorm Rocket Battery crew that they were able to just jump on and ride over, destroy. The Goblin Rock Lober 63. So I thought this was a pretty good army that I brought, pretty well rounded. It served it kind of covered each vector effectively, but I think what really helped a lot was having the infantry advantage with the Black Orcs over the Halberdiers. Despite them being buffed, chevroned up here, it didn't appear to be quite enough. His Hellstorm Rocket Battery and his Griffites were not as effective as they could have been. Just even coming out late in the game, the Griffites here got 34 kills. So if they'd been active the whole game, it might have been very different, but he forgot them in the woods. And those are the kind of areas you got to exploit to come out with a victory. Anyway, that's for the boys, the Montague boys back home. All right, keep it real. And Sea Dog, happy belated birthday, man. Keep it real.